So, my husband Ted is in the military. We have generally lived on base at every station we have been to because the surrounding towns can be very crime ridden and sketchy. And with my husband gone most of the time, the extra security is appreciated. I work from home due to us moving so often. So, one afternoon I was taking a break, had made a bite to eat, and I was snuggling up on the couch with my dog. That's when I heard the sliding glass door open. It was so nonchalant, I thought it was Ted. I saw my cat run from the kitchen and a shadow standing near the door, entering it. I thought maybe he had come back for something, so I called out for him and was like, "What are you doing home? Did you forget something?" No answer. This is where I just got that eerie feeling. After I asked what he was doing here, I saw the shadow move and heard the click of the sliding glass door lock. From there, he walked to the laundry room and shut the door. I still hadn't received a response, so I'm sitting on the couch scared out of my mind, and I call my husband hoping that he hears his phone in the laundry room. I don't hear a ring, but he answers. I asked him why he came home so early and why he didn't answer me, and all he says is, "That wasn't me. Grab the dog and get in your car." I freak out. After getting off the phone with Ted, I grab the dog and run to my car. From there, I call the military police. Waiting for them was probably the longest 20 minutes of my life. When they got there, they cleared the house and found no one. They asked me to make a statement, and even they were baffled that someone would try this on base. We still live here. I am so scared. He will come back. Years ago, when I was 11, I was staying home alone with only one of my little brothers, who was 7. At that time, it was about 9 p.m., dark, pouring rain, and we were just reading in our room, right next to the front door, with a big window and open blinds. That's when I hear the front doorbell ring, followed by knocking. I thought my parents had arrived home. Strange, though, that they didn't use the garage door or their keys. I looked outside to see the car. Nothing but rain. As I approached the door, I heard a man's voice that was not my father's yell through the torrent. "Would you like some cookies? We're selling Girl Scout cookies." I'm shocked at this, considering the weather and time of day. Saying nothing, I checked the people and peered through the side window, only to see not a father with his girl that I was expecting. My heart dropped. Standing there was a fully grown man, maybe in his late 50s. No box of cookies in sight, soaking on my doorstep. I can remember the gut-wrenching feeling of having to check the locks while he was right on the other side. For sure he heard this. The 2 locks were the only thing separating myself and my little brother from a potential monster. He continued to knock and mentioned his cookies as I considered calling the cops. That's when I remembered that the blinds were open in my room where my brother was, and the light was on. As I turn the corner into the doorway, I see the man carefully peeking into our window, possibly eyeing my brother while he was distracted in his book. My heart was pounding now, and I began to panic. In a move that took all of my willpower, I quickly turned off the lights and ran over to the window to close the blinds in full view of the man. As fast as I could, I double-checked all of the locks in the house, closed all of the blinds, and told my brother to hang out in one of the biggest closets in the interior of the house. No windows. I didn't tell him what was going on so he wouldn't be frightened. And for some reason, I never did call the cops or my parents. I just waited in the hallway until he left. Still thinking about it gives me the shivers. That so many things could have gone wrong that night. My worst fear is a stranger getting into the unlocked door before I do. I was probably about 14 or 15 at the time. I was alone in the house when I heard the doorbell ring. My front door has two thin glass panes on either side, so you can see who's standing there, though they can also see you and quite a bit of the inside of the house, unfortunately. This guy's already seen me, so there's no playing dumb, and I can see that he's an absolute massive guy, just waiting for me to open it. Now, opening the door probably wasn't smart, but it was daylight and the neighbors were next door, and they were always hanging around outside, so I figured I'd be fine. I reluctantly opened the door, only to behold this man in his mid or late 20s, giving me a kind of dejected look as he says, and I quote, "Hi, I just talked to your neighbors over there, and they sent me over here. I was just wondering, would you be willing to adopt me?" Now, I'm absolutely floored by this, and I don't respond. A few seconds go by as I struggle for any word or glance over at the neighbors in annoyance before he breaks character and says, "Nah, I was just joking around with you. I'm actually here to offer you the chance to purchase this revolutionary cleaning product." I imagine this guy thought that such a tactic would be pretty easy on me, but all it did was confuse me and increase my discomfort level by multiple notches, apparently. Something that bears mentioning at this point is that this man did not look like a salesman. He looked like a random guy trying to do the world's worst impression of a salesman. He had on blue jeans and a checkered flannel shirt and a tie stuck over it. It looked ridiculous. We had the following exchange. "So, is this your house?" "No, it's my parents." "Are they home?" "No, they're not." "Well, that's okay. You can just buy it for a gift for them. Let me give you a demonstration." At this point, he takes a nondescript clear plastic container with some kind of substance in there. It just looked kind of like water inside, and sprayed it on the window. He then took a rag and wiped down the window, saying, "See? Doesn't it look great? Imagine how happy your parents would be to get this gift from their son." I don't remember how much he was trying to sell it for, but I do remember I did actually have enough money on hand to purchase it. I wasn't about to do that though, so I insisted I had no money, to which he gave me a forced laugh and said, "Come on, I know you've got the money for this." I insisted I didn't, but told him to just come back and speak to my parents in a few hours. And seeing this wasn't going anywhere, he grabbed my hand with an iron grip and started shaking it. It wasn't hard enough to be painful, but I knew this guy could completely obliterate me if he wanted to. After looking at our handshake in disbelief, I looked up at his face and saw he no longer had a phony salesman smile. He had a pretty deep-set frown and was looking at me coldly as he said, "Well, God bless you," before letting me go and walking away. And of course, he never showed up to the house again to take me up on the offer to sell to my parents. Perhaps he figured that my parents wouldn't fall for the scam, or they'd be mad that he did engage their kid when he was all alone in the house. Hello, all. I recently moved into this apartment, all by myself, and I'm absolutely stoked. However, after this recent encounter, I'm wondering if I should honestly get a dog, or a gun, or maybe both. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but this is what happened. Maintenance showed up today at about 12:30 p.m. I had no idea they were planning on coming, or the time, so I was still a little sleepy and hungover. He needed to fix 2 locks and check my water heater. This took him about 90 minutes because he was just talking so much. First, he gets here and is making conversation. He asked me if my boyfriend or husband were at work, and dumb me is honest and says, "No, my boyfriend lives about 3 hours away." I did add that he visits frequently, though. He then asked me if I visit him a lot. And then again, dumb, hungover me is honest. I say I haven't seen him in a few weeks because of a car issue. As a counter, he asked what car I have, and I begrudgingly answered. He then fixes my patio storage lock and then tells me to check it. When I do, he comments that I am apparently really tall. He then asks me if I'm the tallest person in my family, and then asks my ethnicity. I thought he was flirting, but I told myself to chill. I added that my dad is really tall and lives about 5 minutes away. This is true, thankfully. My dad is really tall and very intimidating looking. When he is fixing my other lock, he is asking me questions. He's asking if I'm 20 and says that I look young. I told him I'm going to be 27. He proceeds to tell me that he is 61 and starts talking about healthy foods and his daughter. I start looking at the clock and trying to hint that I'm not interested because I have no spine. I just don't know how to say, "Sir, I'm busy, can you just hurry up?" He makes a comment that age is just a number and that there are 60-year-olds dating 25-year-olds. Finally, when he was about to leave, he noticed that my patio blinds were open. He asked if I leave them open and then walks over to close them. He says we are friends now, and he feels like my brother. I'm standing by the front door because I felt that was really weird and I wanted to be close to the exit. He comments to keep them closed because people could possibly walk by and get ideas. Also, he kept commenting that he was impressed by me, a single woman living alone. As he is about to leave, he says sorry for talking so much. I should have made a comment there and then, but just ended up saying it's fine. He's saying if I see him around and need anything fixed, to just let him know. Then adds if I need any type of company to watch TV or chat, to tell him and he can make his lunch break anytime. He says I need to be the one to ask him because he doesn't want to get in trouble with the office or with my dad. Weird. And leaves. I just said, "Oh, if anything, I'll say hi." Finally, he then leaves. I told my brother what happened, and he said that I should tell the office because that is weird. I'm just worried about him getting fired or tracking me down. I don't want him to get fired, but I want to request that he is not assigned to me again. The complex is big and there are multiple maintenance staff. I always have my deadbolt on, but now I'm kind of paranoid because he knows my car. What if he sees I'm not home and then just enters my apartment or hides in my closet or something? Anyways, very creepy. I wish I did have a roommate or someone living with me now. Update. I told somebody in the office, and the property manager is supposed to call me back today. Thanks for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of these Home Alone stories, make sure to let me know down in the comment section. Make sure to like, comment, And if you're new to this channel and you would like to see more, make sure to subscribe. We're only a few subs away from 1,000. 1K is like, that was a pipe dream. And now I'm about to hit it. This is insane, and thank you to all of you that have subscribed. Also, once I do hit 1K, make sure to tune into the live stream. I'm going to go over a lot of stuff and future stuff with you guys, as well as just chatting and talking. Maybe I'll read a couple of stories live. So, if you guys would like to see that, make sure to tune in. Make sure to check out the channel members section on the channel as well. I'm going to be posting a video that, yes, you guys have seen, but I'm going to put them all together in one. If you're wondering what I was talking about, it's the previous video that I posted last. What I witnessed on the dark web. So, if you are curious of seeing that entire story altogether, or any of the other stories, or the bloopers that I will be posting very soon, make sure to go check it out. Make sure to check out the links in the description as well, like Twitter, Instagram, everything like that. But with that being said, stay safe, stay scary, and I'll see you in the next one. It's kind of scary being home alone sometimes, especially